Welcome to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. The sun splashing down again here deep in the heart of Texas. And Elimination Day has arrived for UC Santa Barbara out of the Big West and Holy Cross, the champions out of the Patriot League. Bracket looks like this here at the Dish. The winner of this game advances to face loser of our game tonight in the winner's side, Texas and Tarleton State. The Longhorns and the Texans set to meet later tonight. Dylan Volantis on the mound, and we've got aces everywhere to tell you about on a day like today. And so glad you could join us with Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott. Winner go home time is here for both of these teams. Yeah, you look at it, and let's just start with Holy Cross. Holy Cross, folks, has been in win and go home mode for almost a month now, and they've had to pretty much win every game to get themselves the opportunity to get to this regional. Fell yesterday. They've got to find a way to turn around and get some offense going. And for Santa Barbara, we have plenty of star power to tell you about today, including what could be the top pitcher available in this summer's MLB draft in Jackson, Flora. Yeah, explosive stuff. I mean, he's a young man that can almost touch 100 at times, may touch 100 at times. He's got electric stuff. Maybe, as you mentioned, one of the top picks in the draft. He's a guy that they've been riding all season long. He can come at you with a lot of different avenues, but more than likely it's going to be the heater. Can touch 100 miles an hour on the gun, 11-0 this season, a sparkling ERA, Keith, of 1.05. Yeah, it's just anything in that range is just unbelievable, especially an aluminum bat in today's game. But got to find a way to win this one to move on, so you go to your ace. It was the big question. When would we see Jackson, Flora? It comes in their second game for the Gauchos for UC Santa Barbara. Meanwhile, for Holy Cross, back-to-back championships in the Patriot League. They arrived here as the 4th seed, winning the title this season in that Patriot League. Yeah, they've had their backs against the wall. They've got to find a way to create some offense against one of the best pitchers, but they would love, they're the home team, they'd love to win an inning. That's their motto, is to go out and win the inning. So see if they can get that done. Struggled yesterday against Texas. Can they right the ship today? We are about to find out. Back in Austin for first pitch. Up next. Well, the Gauchos out of the Big West struggled yesterday. You think about West Coast baseball, and you think about quality pitching and getting them on, getting them over, getting them in, and that really didn't happen as you take a look at some of the numbers. Well, first of all, they didn't catch the ball, and that's something that usually West Coast teams are very good at getting the outs you're supposed to get. And they left a lot of guys on base. They had opportunities to find ways. They could not come up with the clutch hit. And, you just look at this batting order from top to bottom. Obviously, Kelly is the guy that makes them go, but they've got to get some length in this lineup today. They got to find a way to get something going. Obviously, the home run in the first inning yesterday by Kelly got him on the board, but it was late in the ballgame before they got their offense going again. And by that time, we'd seen Tarleton State bring the hammer down up at the Dish. They were very impressive. Santa Barbara has been designated as the visiting team, so they will bat first. That means we'll see Jackson, Flora for the first time here in the bottom of our first frame. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott set to go. Elimination game number 1 here in Austin. It'll be Barrett Kelly and Vassar to lead things off. On the mound, Jake Lenahan, and I'm curious to get your take on what he brings to the table today for Holy Cross. He's got maybe the best changeup in the Patriot League. That was what I've just like that, the sophomore right-hander. He's got an outstanding changeup. He has a 3-pitch mix. He has got to pitch ahead where he can get to his off-speed pitch. There's that changeup right there early. So he will use it. He will use it often. He had been their long reliever and a guy that they used an awful lot out of the bullpen, but they figured, hey, he's pitched so well. Let's get him in some games at the beginning. He's really been a bulldog for him down the line here. Barrett yesterday 0 for 3, did draw 2 walks, and there's Jackson, Flora. Kylie McDaniel has rated him the number 4 overall prospect in this summer's MLB draft and the number 1 pitcher potentially off the board. We'll see Dylan Volantis later tonight for Texas. Yesterday, a day of upsets, 3 balls and a strike, and that really had everybody talking, watching squeeze play last night in an Arizona State Ole Miss game that didn't end until well past 1 a.m. Eastern. And the topic was UCLA. The topic was Auburn, and Florida State pop up, foul territory. And over there to retrieve it is Grundy for out number 1.
Well, nice move right up against the wall. Made a nice pitch, got in on Barrett that time, tied him up, and fell behind but found a way to get an out. Yeah, USC and Texas State last night. Texas State finding a way to get that. It was the day of the upset.
Keith, he caught that ball. There's a bird flying. He had all kinds of distractions right up against the wall. No problem there for Grundy.
It's the white thing. Catch the white thing.
Easier said than done.
No kidding.
Change up at 76, hard to the plate for Rowan Kelly. Kelly, just a sophomore, hit that home run in the first inning yesterday that tied it up at 1, and it just felt like that Santa Barbara was swimming in quicksand for most of the game, trying to figure it out. And every run the Gauchos would score, the Texans would come right back with a rebound run of their own and just could never truly catch up. Kelly 1 for 5 with that solo blast. Good speed. Got Tarleton State and Texas later tonight. We'll be talking about that game as we get closer to it. But I think a lot of folks underestimated the champions of the WAC against the Longhorns out of the SEC.
Yeah, both teams were slugging yesterday. And it is another good offensive day here at Dish Falk Field. It will carry.
So set that scene, because the wind is gusting out close to 17 miles an hour.
Right now it's not blowing as much, but it's been intermediate. But when it does go, it's been going out hard to left field.
Anything to left field yesterday. Had a shot, now 3-2. Including Kelly. And right there to straightaway center, about 405 off the bat. First team all Big West performer. And a payoff pitch inside. And the first base runner of this elimination contest goes to the Gauchos. And the free pass, trying to find a way to avoid those today for Holy Cross. And let's see if Gauchos can take advantage here.
Well, it's a good at bat. Worked it to 3-2, laid off a pitch off of the plate. Got to create some slugging. If you're Santa Barbara, they got to find a way to get some balls into the gap.
William Vassar, the hitter, the transfer from Memphis. Also spent some time at Monterey Peninsula Community College and Navarro College. He's been everywhere. Originally out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Runner goes and hammered foul.
I like the aggressiveness early. Try to create something. It was a stale day offensively, I guess that's the best way to put it. And because of that, today, come out, let's create some energy early as we possibly can, get something going.
Stale is a great way to describe what we witnessed for the Gauchos. To third, and the quick toss over to second. The double play, twin killing will end the inning. Grundy was active. 6-4-3, check it, 5-4-3 in a 14-pitch frame.
Really nice job here. It's all about the first feed. Get it going for 5-4-3.
So the big decision for the Gauchos coming into this weekend, when will we see the ace Jackson Flora? Well, Coach Checkett's electing not to start him in game 1 yesterday against Tarleton State. So what happens, 4 pitchers are utilized, all 4 end up surrendering earned runs in an 11-5 setback. And so now, instead of Flora the ace going on Friday, we see him for the first time on Saturday. Tall drink of water and one of the best in the biz.
Well, you just see he's going to get his name called very early in the July draft, the Major League Baseball draft. He's got an explosive arm. He's one of those guys. He's got a great frame, 6'4", tall, lanky, really loose arm, nice and easy. It's not a max effort type guy, even though he rushes the ball up there close to 100 miles an hour.
Junior out of California, was born Walnut Creek. And the numbers Well, they tell a very impressive story, and the heater up to 100 miles an hour. We could see that today in these kind of temperatures.
Yeah, and if he's got the ability to use other pitches, it's not just when you look at it, you think, well, but he's going to pitch off of the fastball. When you have that kind of movement and that kind of velocity, if you can establish that heater, it just makes your secondary stuff so much better.
On the verge of smashing the single-season strikeout record for Santa Barbara today if he has a quality start, which the numbers suggest that he will. C.J. Egri, the two-time Patriot League Player of the Year, will get the first crack. Sandell, Gianni Royer will follow him. And Egri, a speedster, 46 stolen bases this year. Fly ball to left field. And approaching quickly is Barrett. Make a running grab.
Nice job right there. Coming back-to-back and attack in the zone. And it's one of the things that when you know you've got good stuff, I'd like guys to come out and say, all right, can you catch up to me here and then go to pitching? Because you see his numbers. I think the one number that people don't realize when you look at that I'm really impressed with is his whip numbers. That's a .12 drop, and that's runners per innings pitched, and it's what that stands for. And boy, in 26, he's less than one runner per frame. That's impressive.
All Big West first team a season ago for Jackson Flora. Started out as a freshman, really as a relief pitcher, 47 innings, and then the dominance began last year and carried over in a totally different way into this season. And I guess hindsight being 2020, Andrew Checketts, of course, will be second guessed for not starting him yesterday, but that's the nature of baseball, and we saw that dilemma unfold at a variety of different regional spots for that opening game a day ago. And look, the mathematics tell you you need to win that first game,
yep.
And maybe it should be more of a no-brainer to start your ace then.
There's so many people that look at it, but here's the number. 88% of the people that win the regional win game one. Duh. It's just you look at it, it's just, you got to win game one, not put yourself in a position where you have to win Saturday, 2 Sunday, and 1 Monday to win the regional.
And we expected that we would have seen Flora versus Volantis at some point this weekend. Doesn't appear like that will be the case. First strikeout for Flora. Down and away, and Sandell swinging at one out of the zone.
Just nice, fluid, easy, whipped on a fastball, a little cut to it there at the end, and moving away from Sandell. First strikeout.
That strikeout to walk ratio, Keith, now at 125 to 30.
My math's not great, but it's 4-1.
It's pretty good by you. I'll take your word for it. Had a minor in mathematical sciences. I couldn't come up with that quickly.
Ball players can do averages, ERAs, batting. They can do it all quickly.
2 up, 2 down for Royer. And Flora delivers off speed. Out in front was Royer, ball and a strike. Little frisbee that approached home plate. Junior out of Lake Bluff, Illinois. Gianni 1 for 4 yesterday. Scored the only run for Holy Cross in that loss to Texas.
Free and easy breaking ball with his height, being 6'5", he creates that tilt, and his arm is so loose. First time I've got to see him in person.
Down the left field line and hooking foul. Royer out in front. How about what went down with some of the games in the Peach State from last night? Georgia's matchup, they're ahead by what, almost 15 runs. Gets suspended, had to resume earlier this morning. Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Same situation with a game that was put on pause. And a running catch made by Kelly. So 3 up, 3 down. A good start for the ace for the Gauchos. 11 pitches. We are scoreless through 1. Well, aside from some of the upsets that went down yesterday, some of the standout performances, including right here in Austin, Anthony Pack Jr., a Texas program record in postseason play, 3 home runs. He drove in 5. He scored 4. Alex Hernandez at Georgia Tech. Nick Lewis for Wazoo, impressive.
Yeah, that's a really nice performance. A complete game, 103 pitches to come up with a victory. How about the efficiency? Yeah, you go 9 innings, just 100 pitches.
Nate Vargas will lead things off. Supremely efficient, the senior from Rockland, California. Nate was 2 for 5 yesterday, and the Gauchos set back to Tarleton State.
That's that really good changeup right there. Boy, it's a nice pitch. Got good arm speed with it.
Vargas hitting 278. You called it the Bugs Bunny changeup.
Comes right back to it. As a hitter, what happens to you? You get in the box and you see the arm come forward and you think it's going to be the fastball. And he comes with that same arm speed as the fastball, and then you're already out there and the ball hadn't got there yet. That's why I call it Bugs Bunny. Makes you laugh.
We did some laughing yesterday here in the booth. He went around. He'll tag him. And a strikeout for Jake Linehan.
Come right back to it. It's an unusual grip as he holds it. It's not a circle change. It's a free 3-finger change where he lifts his middle finger up off the ball, but he has the ability to command it and keeps his arm speed up. And hitters just have a really difficult time figuring it out.
Second team all-conference in the Patriot League. That brings us to Jonathan Mendez. 1 for 4 yesterday, and the changeup floats across for a strike.
His one yesterday, he got one up in this breeze, got it out of the ballpark, and got the Gauchos back in the ballgame.
A 2-run jack coming in the bottom of the 6th inning.
It's going to be extremely hot again here today, and those black jerseys may get warm before the end of the day.
I think you can eliminate the word may out of that.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 6th, less than 24 hours ago, and Mendez not cheated on that swing.
Deepest part of the ballpark. It's just outside the batter's eye.
0-2 the count. Jake Linehan working crisply. Inside for ball 1. Linehan out of South Abington Township in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And Mendez chops it foul. Majoring in economics and computer science. That is a dynamic combination.
Yeah. I'll be controlling some company one of these days.
Like he controls this changeup we've seen. Back-to-back strikeouts. Well, Linehan's got a little bit of a presence on the mound today.
First time through the order when you have a guy that has, I don't want to call it unique because changeup's been around a long, long time, but when a guy has really good arm speed with it, sometimes it's really difficult to see. First time through the order, really advantage pitcher.
Corey Nunez, the senior shortstop.
First warning, you got to allow the hitter to turn and look at you before you start your motion. First one's a warning, second one will cost you a pitch.
Home plate umpire Brandon Meissen out quickly. Thought both games yesterday, umpires did a really nice job. We had one review that I don't know that you and I were 100% on board with. The bang bang play at first.
Yeah.
Change up high, 2-0. was a call that was overturned as both the first baseman and the runner tagged the bag simultaneously. It was ruled an out on the field. They overturned it at the command center in Pittsburgh.
That was the one that was the cleat size might have made a difference because somebody had a little longer cleat. Might have gone one way or the other.
2-1 from Linehan. Off a hop over to second. Sandell drops it and delivers, not in time. Well, floated his direction off a bounce, and Nunez will keep the inning alive.
Now, there are times as a second baseman that you can give ground. You see, closest play is at first. Definitely in there before the ball got there, but sometimes you can give ground. Just give one little bit of piece of ground right there and play a little longer hop. Because it's short and third, you can't do that. At second, you can because it's a shorter throw. But just got too close to it, ate him up. It goes E4.
Second base runner after the walk was issued to Kelly in the first inning, and Linehan comes right back at 90 for strike one. Xavier Esker, junior out of Palo Alto, California.
Had a good day yesterday.
2 for 3 with a run. You go to Stanford, I always considered Stanford Palo Alto.
Yeah, it is.
But when you're calling a basketball game there at Maples, I believe the technical address is actually Stanford, California. We did a football game there last fall. Big upset win against Florida State deep in the night. And I believe the football venue is also in Stanford. A rocket shot into right field, and Esker continues his good hitting. Runners now at first and second.
Well, nice job of going with that, using that right side with that, holding the runner at first base. Boy, I tell you what, 3 outs in an inning, when you don't get them, sometimes comes back to haunt you. You should have been out of the frame, and instead now you got big pitches to make with a runner in scoring position.
First hit of this game, it goes to the Gauchos. Husofsky, first baseman, gets his first plate appearance here in Austin. Senior from Cali. Transfer from Ball State. 0-2.
Good pitch there. Just arm speed went with it. I mean, how about the pace? He's just getting the ball and coming. Changing speeds.
That's what you want for Holy Cross after giving up 19 yesterday. Somebody that's working with pace, with rhythm, has some confidence.
Yeah, it helps you. It helps you in so many different ways defensively. You got guys in the game, guys are ready to go. Well done. And usually the excitements create hitting, but sometimes the pitcher can create the excitement by what he's doing on the mound.
Breeze starting to pick up towards left center. Hit it up in that jet stream. It's going a long ways today. Nunez at second, Esker at first, and ducking away is Husofsky. Graduate student Nick Husofsky. To short, Stelzer. Get the force out at second to retire the side. So the E4 and the 2-out knock. Left stranded. We are scoreless. The bottom of the second we go. Well, for much of the season, Ruger Riojas has been the ace of this Texas staff until the final month or so, kind of battling through some things. He's enjoying the action here this afternoon in our first elimination game in the Austin Regional. The Longhorns and Tarleton State winners side coming up later tonight, where we will see Dylan Volantis on the mound for the first time in postseason play this year. Ruger brings some things to the table. We'll see him later this weekend, we would assume, Keith.
Yes, I think he will be the Game 3 starter for the Longhorns.
Braden Connors will lead things off 4, 5, and 6 against Jackson, Flora. Swiftly to second, Mendez up with him. 4 up, 4 down for Holy Cross against Jackson Flora, one of the top pitchers in the land. And 125 strikeouts, quickly approaching the record set by Rodney Boone back in 2021. Now 3 away from tying, 4 away from claiming a new mark. Jackson Reed Flora. He was warming up for a long time. Headed into first pitch. Not really touching a baseball, just getting that right arm ready.
Yeah, right arm, get your body ready, get your back ready. There's so many things that go into it. So many times people think, well, they just got to get loose. Well, you got to get all you to throw, and throw as hard as Flora does. You got to have your legs. You're using your whole body to get that done.
Grundy 0 for 3 yesterday against the Longhorns. Did draw a walk. First time through the order, what is it like facing a pitcher like Jackson Flora for these Holy Cross hitters in your mind?
Well, the first thing that I would be looking at is I would be trying to find out how I could get my bat speed to his velocity. So how quick I could be, and then you see that right there, the ability to drop a backdoor breaking ball in when it's a 2-1 count. There's a lot of hitters going to do exactly what Grundy did right there. You're going to take that pitch because you're looking for the express and get the local.
Flora with 1 strikeout. It came against Sandell in the first inning. Now 2. Whipped it past him at 95.
This first one, again, a hitter, you're ahead. He comes back with a slider for a strike, and then you think, well, he may do that again and just heats you up at the letters. You see that ball so well, but you cannot get on top of it.
Changeup from Flora has drawn rave reviews this year. The kick change. Whiff rate extremely high for that pitch. And here's LaFleur, the junior out of Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Two for 4 with an RBI knock against the Longhorns that drove in the only run of the game for Holy Cross. Different vibe to this game compared to our first 2 yesterday, even with that wind blowing out.
Well, both right now is being controlled 60 feet 6 inches away. Both guys are in command.
Flora does a good job to stay alive.
When you get an off-speed pitch that's 89 miles an hour, is that really an off-speed pitch?
Probably not to these Holy Cross hitters, what they typically see in the Patriot League. And a quick turn by LaFleur towards the Crusaders dugout. It was a fun team to get to know this week, and talking with C.J. Egri and Jaden Waiwota, the ace.
Their energy, wasn't it?
It was great.
Great energy.
Ed Kahovic, the head coach. Talk to him coming up in just a few minutes. Mile high to straightaway center, and Kelly. 6 up, 6 down for the Crusaders through 2. We are scoreless. Ed Kahovic going to join us next, the head coach at Holy Cross. What's the approach against an ace like Jackson Flora? First of 2 games in Austin on this Saturday. The first one, elimination contest between Santa Barbara and Holy Cross. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott, joined now by the head coach of the Crusaders, Ed Kahovic. Coach, what is the approach? What did you tell your guys in facing Jackson Flora, the ace, for the Gauchos today?
Yeah, we need to define our zone, and we need to stick to that in terms of swing decisions and what pitches we're looking to attack. We're not sticking to that right now. We're a little bit swing happy, and anytime you give a pitcher like him an advantage, chasing some pitches, the margins are so thin it's going to be difficult. So we got to redefine our approach moving forward.
I loved how Jake Linehan has come out and he's sort of just taking control of the game on the mound for you. He's really got an outstanding changeup. Just talk to us about it.
Great changeup. It's a unique profile, and he's a bulldog out there. He's steady, very confident in his abilities, and he sets the tone for our defense.
Fun start for your guys. We appreciate the time, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
7, 8, and 9 to lead things off for the Gauchos. Check that. They flipped the scorebook over, 9-1 and 2. That happens sometimes, typically more on day 3 in a regional. But
well, we're talking to Coach. We had a conversation. One of the things he told us off the air before he came on the air is you can't complain about the cold in April and March and complain about the heat in May and June. So, got to care. So it's a hot day, there's no doubt.
Spent a good bit of the broadcast yesterday talking about the temperatures and a little bit of a cooler start today with that breeze having more bite to it. I think his Holy Cross acclimates to the weather here in the Lone Star State. You know, ironically, the one player we saw cramping up was Anthony Pack Jr. for Texas, the left fielder, the freshman.
Tough play.
After he hit 3 home runs, Grundy settles in underneath. And there's one away.
Yeah, looking up to the sun in the midday here, right there. And plus with this breeze, the ball's going to move. You think, well, that's just a pop up in the infield. Well, it's not an easy play. Don't think your normal fan in the stand's going to make that catch. I'm just telling you.
I know I wouldn't. That's a really good look at the breeze. Yeah, gusting over 20 miles an hour, steady wind here in Austin. Liam Barrett bunts it perfectly down the third baseline, and no throw for Linehan. And the Gauchos with a 1-out base runner.
You could not, Roy, take a ball in your hand and roll it from home plate and have a better bunt. Absolutely no chance for anybody. It's just a perfectly placed bunt. I mean, it had no velocity to it. Nobody could get to it. That was really well done. There's an art to that.
Deadened it beautifully.
Yes, he did.
3 stolen bags this year for Barrett. Still feels like the Gauchos are trying to find that spark, that groove, that momentum on the base paths. Kelly drew a first inning walk. He was later doubled up on the 5-4-3. Hit it where they ain't, and that's exactly what Kelly does. To the opposite field, runners at first and second. So back-to-back knocks for the Gauchos. And they're trying to get something cooking in the top of the third.
Oh, nice job staying inside this baseball. Stay right there. His hands comes down right on top of it. Barrels it the other way.
Barrett at second, Kelly at first now for William Vassar. Solo shot in the 9th inning yesterday. Current 6-game hitting streak, batting nearly 500 over the course of these final half-dozen games. Give him 476 on that. Inside, and Vassar did not flinch. 2-0.
All right, this becomes a big pitch. He went to the changeup. He's seen fastball, changeup. You do now 2-0. You do not want to fall behind him 3-0 here.
And Keith, you feel like the second time through the order, Linehan been challenged a little bit more. Off speed upstairs. Vassar, first team all Big West. Actually led the Big West in sack bunts this season with 11. I don't think we're going to see that here. 4 straight out of the zone. The bases are loaded for the Gauchos. Second walk issued by Linehan.
And that could prompt a conversation here, and it does.
Oh, Sam Tinkham out of the dugout. We'll talk with Linehan. And our first big moment comes in the top of the 3rd inning, this elimination game between the Big West regular season champions and the Patriot League tournament champions today.
Well, obviously it's a hot day. Give him a little break. It's cardiovascular, but you got to come out here. And one of the first things I guarantee you come out and say, all right, we got to establish strike one here. You got to get back to where you can get in a position to force the hitter to be anticipating pitches rather than him being able to get ahead of the count where he can really zone out one pitch in one spot. Limit the damage as best you can right here.
Now Linehan stays in. He'll face Nate Vargas. He's only had one plate appearance this season with the bases loaded. 0 for 1 in that department. Temperature's soar, and the pressure mounts. Vargas with plenty of pop in the bat. Second team all-conference this year, the Big West. I mentioned it yesterday, one of the top hitters in that league. Final 31 days of the regular season. And that is not strike one from Linehan.
Pitch count's getting elevated as well.
And an offensive timeout as Vargas will go over and talk about this scenario, in which is arguably the biggest moment of this Austin Regional for the Gauchos right now. Trying to piece something together. Never grabbed the lead yesterday against Tarleton State. Trying to have their first advantage postseason play right here and right now. Shift is on, a lot of real estate between second and third.
That's 6 in a row. All of a sudden, the guy's a strike thrower, unable to find his release point.
Inning started with a foul out off the bat of Carliner. Back-to-back hits and a free pass. Equipment malfunction. We'll get that corrected.
Communication device. No signs anymore. You just look down at your wrist, I guess. Remember the days of the signs?
Oh, yeah. Gave Linehan an extra 30 seconds to think about it. Now 7 straight out of the zone. Nowhere to put Nate Vargas. And just like that, the Gauchos have their first lead in Austin. Give Vargas an RBI on the free pass with the bases. Juice Barrett comes home to score, and it's 1-0 Santa Barbara.
Yeah. 8 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone after really filling it up in the first 2 frames, and now all of a sudden you get that feeling this thing could get broken open right here.
And again, Keith, second time through the order, it feels like the Gauchos have kind of figured out what they need to do, and staying back on that changeup from Linehan. See if that gets him back in rhythm. Jonathan Mendez, strikeout victim, his first time up. 2 for 9 with the bases loaded this year.
He's got options now of getting ahead 0-2. He can climb the ladder with his fastball, thinking the hitter may be looking for the changeup. He can bounce the changeup. He can go to his third pitch, which is a breaking ball.
Pitch number 52 from Linehan, and he records the strikeout. After 2 in the second inning, his first here in the third after giving up his first run.
Still not out of a jam, but boy, that was a giant out. Change up the bottom just fell off of it.
Welcome those listening and viewing on Squeeze Play. Corey Nunez, the shortstop, reached on the E4 in the second. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A run is in for Santa Barbara, their first lead here in Austin after losing to Tarleton State yesterday. And trying to take advantage. Jake Linehan struggling to find the strike zone here. Second time through the order.
Hitters count now again. Young man was filling up the strike zone in the first 2 frames, struggling here in the third.
And Nunez takes inside. No place to put him. Another out of the zone, and it becomes a 2-0 affair. Nunez, the senior, second team All Big West this year. And nowhere close. 4 straight out of the zone again. 2-0. Gauchos. So Nunez gets the RBI, his 15th of the season. He'll go station to station. Esker due up next against Linehan.
Esker has swung the bat better than any Gaucho in this regional as he comes to the plate here.
Crusaders lost to Texas yesterday. Good showing a year ago in Chapel Hill in that regional. Competitive against UNC and Nebraska. And some activity now occurring in the Holy Cross bullpen. First pitch strike. Xavier Esker, son of Stanford head coach David Esker. Already a single in his first plate appearance today. Has a grand slam this season and rips that one foul.
He's got options now. You go a bunch of different directions again. When you get ahead as a pitcher, you do have some options. When you're struggling and behind in the count, you basically have to come to the hitter now. You can climb the ladder, see if he'll chase a high fastball or go to your changeup down.
Well, Jackson Flora already been given a 2-0 advantage. Has been dominant to start. The ace for the Gauchos and one of the top pitchers in the country. We'll see him in the bottom half of this inning. Let's see how many runs he's going to be granted. And so far, Keith, he's been as advertised. 6 up, 6 down against the Crusaders out of the Patriot League.
He's been good with his fastball and his breaking ball.
Right back up the middle. It's going to be stopped from entering center field, but a run scores. They're going to wave home Vargas, play at the plate, and he's out. Gauchos scored 3. And some drama at the dish to wrap things up in the top of the third, Keith.
Stelzer, just a great job going up the middle, getting to it, realizing, hey, I got to play at the plate, makes a strong throw to the plate to get the out at home.
Elimination game back in Austin. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott. Gauchos jump out to a 3-0 lead with their ace on the mound, Jackson Flora, who has been perfect thus far in his postseason debut. Coughlin sends it to right field on the first pitch he saw, and there's one away.
You love those one pitch outs after your team just put 3 up. I mean, you come back and you think, all right, you can put a 0 up here, you get control of this game. And comes out, gets the first out on one pitch.
Efficient outing, 25 offerings in for Jackson Flora. Viewed as arguably the top pitcher available in this summer's MLB draft. He is draft eligible, of course, now a junior. And Nick Anderson, the hitter, 1 for 3 yesterday in the loss to Texas. Sophomore from Massachusetts. Fastball at 96 upstairs. 1.05 ERA, approaching the school record set back in 1967. Off speed at 90, and he just missed.
He's pitching with a lead in his pocket.
Doesn't seem to get rattled. I mean, the record at 11-0 this year, he hasn't been tested. The stuff has been so overpowering, just like that at 97. Well, the fastest pitch we've seen today from Jackson Flora in his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, he just climbs the ladder. It's smooth and easy. The other thing that's impressive is it is really not a real max effort. He's just fluid, long arms, loose. It's a loose arm at the end, and the ball just comes right out of his hand and just explodes.
It's a scout's dream when you watch him pitch, and it doesn't feel like it's anywhere close to max effort.
And then he paints you with it at 95.
He slowed it down. Owen Stelzer, that phenomenal play right behind the bag at second.
That was a great play.
To end the scoring threat for the Gauchos moments ago. He settled in at shortstop this year for Holy Cross and really answered the question that was looming throughout the program coming into the year. Who was going to get the start in the 6 hole? Been remarkable over there. Out in front at 82.
Now that seems unfair, doesn't it? To come back now, you get not free and easy 95, and then, I'll just throw you a little off-speed breaking ball.
What are you doing here, Keith?
I'm going to try to keep my eye level down and not chase the high hard one because I think it's coming at some point here now.
Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-2. Pitch number 35 from Flora. He offered, and the strikeout is the 4th of the game for the ace for the Gauchos. That ties a single season program record, the 128 strikeouts. And coming up, talk about that and more with Andrew Checketts, skipper. 3-0 lead for the Gauchos. Jackson Flora has been perfect through 3 and extremely efficient. 11-pitch inning in the first, 13 in the second, 11 more moments ago, and already with 4 strikeouts. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott back in Austin, and the head coach for the Gauchos, Andrew Checketts, joins us now. Coach, Jackson Flora, how would you describe the season he's had and what he's meant to your program?
You know, he's been a competitor. He's competed at everything he's done. He's led by example, and you know, I think the guys obviously like playing behind him, but we get that competitiveness in practice every day.
Coach, one of the things I love to Barrett, just getting it started. Find some way to get it started with the bunt. Sort of got the inning going last inning. You guys offensively are trying to find your way here in Austin.
Yeah. We got going a little bit yesterday. A little bit of a slow start today, but nice job by Liam to get us going there, and then some good plate discipline there by the group.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
Husovsky flies out to center field. First pitch he saw from Linehan. And here's Noah Carliner.
Got to come back out if you're Linehan. You lost sight of the strike zone a little bit in that 3rd inning. You know that you're facing a guy that your offense may have struggles to get more than 3. You've got to throw zeros up now to keep your team in the ballgame. Sometimes that is mentally really tough for collegiate pitchers to say, hey, I'm still in the game here, but I cannot allow them to get any more.
Question for you, Keith, because you played this wonderful game for so many years at the highest level here at Texas, in Austin, and also in the bigs. Any part of you watching what we're seeing so far, say the Gauchos add another run or 2, would you consider maybe taking Flora out of the game to use him for a couple of frames later on this weekend? Is that a consideration at all?
I just think you're going to ride him out. You're here. It would be in your mind. You're obviously, and I know probably Flora will be one of those guys that say, Coach, if you need something, because they're going to have to win all the way to. They're going to have to win today. You got to win tomorrow. The first game tomorrow, win a double hitter tomorrow, and then you have to come back on Monday and win another one. So it's going to stress your staff, regardless of however it works. Sometimes you see coaches say, I've got one, I'm going to ride him to a long time today, save the rest of my guys for the rest of the weekend.
Well, let's be honest with ourselves, too. That right arm's worth a lot of money right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to, and as a coach, you got to look at that and understand, he's got a big future. There's no question.
That's a consideration. Flora stays loose down in the dugout. Dominant so far as expected. It's back to the top of the order and Liam Barrett here. Still 3-0 game, so really a moot point to even bring that up at this juncture with a lot of baseball still in front of us here. Barrett had the bunt single, came around to score the first run of the afternoon for the Gauchos.
Well, he did his job at the leadoff, guys, because they had been struggling to get atop of this order and get sort of rolling. And that little bunt sort of set the tone right there to that 3-run top of the third.
Linehan now with 4 strikeouts, and the 2-1 will even the count.
Let's go, kid.
It'll be fascinating to see in the future. Go to next year. Just missed at 82. We transition away from saving the ace until later in the weekend when regionals arrive, just based off the analytics and what we've seen recently.
Year.
Yes, you said it. Payoff pitch on the way. Linehan served to second, and Sandell. The nice play. 3 up, 3 down. 3-0 our score. Bottom of the 4th inning coming up. Gauchos leading 3-0. More Jackson, Flora after this. Take a look at the top prospects playing postseason baseball here at the collegiate level. Rock Chalowski, of course, the presumptive #1 overall pick. We'll see about that. Jackson Flora, the top pitcher available we're seeing here in Austin. Look, UCLA's got some work to do. You got Drew Burris down on the flats in Atlanta. The Yellow Jackets in that lineup that mashes from top to bottom. And this year's NCAA tournament has been filled with drama.
Yeah, it has already.
Filled with upsets.
There's 6 games guaranteed in every regional site, and we're at game 3 at all regional sites, and we've already had that drama. And you can see Santa Barbara has dealt with having a pitcher that's going to be in the first 5 picks of the draft before.
Yeah, in terms of elite pitching, Flora potentially the 3rd pitcher from the Gauchos program under Andrew Checkett's leadership. Could be the first pitcher off the board in the MLB draft. That's amazing.
It is amazing. Santa Barbara's a beautiful place.
So
you know,
he reminded us of that this week.
You're recruiting us a beautiful place.
First 3-ball count for Flora. And swatted foul.
And they have a good program.
Reached Omaha in 2016. Good battle here against the 2-time Patriot League Player of the Year, C.J. Egri. Search of his first hit in Austin. And Flora, an excuse me swing. Did that hit him? They're going to give him first base. Well, I thought he swung through it and maybe it made contact with the bat. Instead, that hit his arm.
Yeah, that hurt. I will guarantee you. He's doing everything he can do not to rub it. His player, but you can see as he goes forward, it hits him on the back elbow of his right arm.
That was so loud, I thought it was contact with the bat for a moment.
That's ball on bone right there.
Well, Egri will take first, and the first base runner against Jackson Flora for Holy Cross. And hopefully he's okay, a senior that could be playing his last game today.
Well, they may review this to see if he swung.
Keith, listen to how this sounds.
Oh, yeah.
You see Santa Barbara's challenging the call of the hit by pitch.
So Andrew Checketts has challenged the call that it was a hit by a pitch against Egri.
He was hit. Now, are they challenging whether the barrel of the bat is considered a swing, that he swung at the ball? Because if you swing at the ball and it hits you, it's a strike. I don't think there's any doubt that the barrel never got there, and it.
See nothing there to overturn the call.
No, I don't either.
But it sounded painful.
Oh, it's definitely. It definitely caught him on the right.
Well, Egri, we talked about it yesterday, a former safety, playing high school football, defensive captain. And so there's an inherent level of toughness with him and competitiveness with him that he takes a lot of pride in.
He may have some ice on that, though, afterward. And the barrel never got across the plate.
Look at the Video Review Command Center in Pittsburgh. About the weekend they've had already. Plenty of reviews and trying to decipher what's happening on site at all these 16 regionals. Comes Brandon Meisen.
The call of hit by pitch has been confirmed. He'll go to first base. UC Santa Barbara loses a challenge.
And it's Rick Allen giving us the news. The challenge is lost, and first base runner for Holy Cross comes in the form of C.J. Egri.
What he does is he can run. Let's see what happens right here. Yeah, I think you got to press the envelope here and use what is part of your tools. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Third in the country in stolen bases with 46 coming into the weekend. A monster lead, and he slides back in on the toss from Flora.
And we always used to say, guys got great stuff. Let's get him out of the windup and get him into the stretch. See if there's any difference with the stuff out of the stretch.
Fastball at 94 heats up the zone. 0-1.
His windup and his stretch position are very similar.
There's no way Egri isn't going sometime soon here.
The second pitch out we've seen in the tournament. I told you with this many steals, it's these 4 teams that are here, we would see some pitch outs. I haven't seen pitch outs all year in college baseball, and that's the second one we've already seen.
It's the most excited I've seen you in the 2 days, too.
You know, the old days of the pitch out. I mean, nobody pitches out anymore.
Quick snap toss back to first. Sandell, the hitter.
They work on it, but you just hardly ever see coaches use it.
Egri's only been thrown out trying to steal twice. He's 46 of 48. And a fly ball towards left center. Who wants it? Barrett and Kelly converging. And the center fielder reaches back across. Record the first out.
Caught it a little bit out on the end of the bat. When he first left the bat, you sort of got that feeling because it is howling out of here. You get it on the barrel and get it up, you're going to get some help.
Gianni Royer, 1 for 5 in Austin. Scored the only run for Holy Cross of the weekend yesterday against Texas. And they're going to make the count 1-0 as Flora took too long to deliver.
He was having trouble, it seemed like, with his communication device. And they're going to issue a ball on the play. I mean, we use the communication devices to speed everything up. Sometimes it slows it down, too.
We saw that there. So a ball and no strikes to Royer. They actually took it back. So after the conversation with the Gauchos dugout. Oh, and he picked him off. Egri got picked off at first base. Third in the country in steals. They caught him leaning, and that was a flamethrower back the other way towards first to get him.
They're going to review this, so we're going to have 2 challenges here.
Holy Cross is challenging the
Top of the 4th inning.
Base. The play is under further review.
And the question is, Keith, when was that tag applied on the back of Egri?
I believe he got him.
And you can see the material restriction occur as the glove goes over top of that right shoulder. And right there's our best look. When you freeze it, there's contact, and he's yet to reach the base.
Yeah, I think he got him. I think this is going to stand up. That was a nice, quick move. And a perfect location. An excellent tag. See the glove bent right there, so there's contact with the body. But I think the other view's that right there. It's going to stand. Let's see what the call is.
Rick Allen emerging.
After further review, the play of out is confirmed. Holy Cross will lose a challenge. You have one remaining.
Well, not only good stuff to the plate, it's got good pickoff move to first.
Your scout watching. You're ready to sign yourself and your organization up for the services of Jackson Flora. And quickly, they're 2 away.
You want to bounce right back. You get that out, you get the first base runner, your first time you got put in the stretch, you get that erase, see if he can come back here and establish the strikes. And when he misses with the first 2.
Breaking ball stayed high. Pitch number 47 coming from Jackson Flora. 11-0 this season. And that'll be the first hit for the Crusaders off the bat of Royer. How big of a play was that over at first with Egri getting picked off?
Yeah. Could have been first and second and 1 out. Instead, get the first hit of the day.
Well, Gianni Royer may remember that AB for a long time, given the future that could be ahead for Jackson Flora.
Yeah, you're right. He missed twice and then he's sitting on fastball, got it, hammered it.
Good speed for Royer, 10 stolen bases this year, but there are 2 outs for Braden Connors. He's platooned at first base and behind home plate this season, hitting .296. 1 for 5 in Austin thus far. 3-0 is our score. Gauchos leading Holy Cross. Elimination game between these two. Winner gets to play tomorrow. The loser will see their season come to a close. 0-2.
Great location. He starts him backdoor with a slider, then comes back with the slider on his back foot in a different location. Now, again, you got a lot of options. His 50th pitch coming here. I like climbing the ladder with the 95 plus.
Flora delivers outside at 97.
He was thinking, just missed his spot. If you can get that high fastball over the plate, the hitter sees it, thinks they can get on top of it, but they cannot. But it was out of his hands that time, a ball.
Flora's tied the single season strikeout record. Now has established a new one, 10th swing and miss today. And Jackson Flora, one of the best we've ever seen for the Gauchos, and that's saying something awfully impressive today.
Yeah, and he's been able to do it a lot of different ways. But right here, just really good breaking ball. 129, single season program record.
Welcome to Squeeze Play. All the highlights, all the big moments.
You got a chance to have some big time fireworks.
6 to 8 games on the screen at one time.
You're going to be locked in for that.
The season on the line.
Hashtag Squeeze Play. Send us some tweets. Maybe we'll put you on the social wall.
The storybook season will continue. Season is on the line indeed, and here in Austin, Texas, and Tarleton State later tonight, the number 6 national seed Longhorns, who lost to Tarleton State in this venue at the Dish back on March 17th. The rematch today, and Santa Barbara and Holy Cross underway our first elimination game. 3-0 Gauchos out of the Big West through 4 completes here in the Lone Star State. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott, and Kelly will lead things off. For the Gauchos, the regular season champions of the Big West Conference, Kelly, Vassar, and Vargas, 2, 3, and 4. Keith, you ready to hear about some of the other scores around the country today like we did yesterday?
I tell you, yesterday you kept saying that you're going to get your jaw off the floor because I was amazed by some of the scores you were giving us.
I mean, it's more the same today. Southern Miss down in Hattiesburg, a 6-4 lead over Virginia. That game's still early, bottom third.
Everybody thought that game would be tonight, just to be honest.
Didn't happen. Meanwhile, in Tallahassee, after Florida State lost to St. John's yesterday, Seminoles fighting for their lives, trailing Coastal Carolina 1-0, bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Coastal, we thought that was a night game today.
And there is a weather delay in Tallahassee, and we'll see if that helps out FSU, because I'm assuming Cam Fluke got the start in that one. Fly ball to left field. LaFleur is there, and there's one away as Kelly is retired. Meanwhile, the Citadel already played a game today. First pitch down in Atlanta at 10 a.m. Eastern. Lost to Oklahoma 8-3. They are playing again against Illinois Chicago, and the Bulldogs out of the SoCon trailing Illinois Chicago on the top of the fifth 2-1. Here's Vassar.
A lot of baseball being played there today.
I mean, you think about it, it's 3 o'clock Eastern, the 3 o'clock hour. Citadel's already played a game, and they had a 3-1 lead in that contest against the Sooners before they gave it up, and now right back at it just a half hour later. Nearly halfway home in their second game in Atlanta. Well, Linehan has done a nice job today outside of
just losing the strike zone in that third inning.
Gave up 3 runs, and that was it. 2 came in on a free pass.
Yeah, 8 consecutive pitches outside the zone.
Serve to right field. It's going to hang up long enough for Anderson. And there are 2 away.
Those guys on Rooney and Berkey on squeeze player. In the morning, sometimes the second day you think, well, teams have already, but you're not used to seeing these people on the loser side of the bracket, these high seeds.
All that means is we're going to get to a point today where those first 3 elimination games conclude against some premium programs, and somebody's going home.
0-2.
Gauchos don't want to be a part of that, and we haven't even talked about the 3 seeds that beat the 2 seeds yesterday, which my arithmetic was correct there. 4-10, the 2 versus the 3. Diving grab, covering on the play. Linehan put a star by that one. Well, Connors got it done over at first base in a 10-pitch inning.
Well, really nice job of laying his body out. And then how about getting up and making the feed right here? Cover first, PFB.
3-0 ball game back in Austin. We'll go back to that eventful third frame where Stelzer makes an incredible play. Vargas is trying to score the second run off the bat of Esker. And how about the awareness and the accuracy to his catcher, Coughlin? Vargas called out the play at the plate.
Yeah, I think the awareness to understand the scenario. You dive for it, you're thinking, I need to get an out. Oh, I can't get an out, but they may be round, and he gets up. I like how he gathered himself to make that throw to the plate. He saw he had time. I just got to make an accurate throw and got the out.
Yeah, he answered the bell in the 6-hole this year for Holy Cross, and a big play there. Otherwise, it would have been 4-0 at that point with the Gauchos still batting. Instead, 3-0. Flora back on the mound. Grundy gives this one a ride to right field. All the way back, and guess what? Holy Cross on the board against Jackson Flora. 6th home run of the season for Ryan Grundy.
That's a really nice job. Comes to the plate anticipating heater. He gets it, gets the barrel out in front. He said it was going to be it is an offensive day here. And this ball up. And boy, he barreled it. Hear that sound? Just a great sound off the bat. Gets out of the ballpark and on the board.
Oh, a great scene for the Crusaders. Still in this one, down 3-1. The home half of the fifth, and for Grundy, his first hit of the regionals. And it was awfully loud to kickstart the fifth frame.
Again, I like the, sometimes you're facing the guys who got really good stuff. You're going to go to the plate. I'm going to anticipate one pitch in one spot. Well, he got it. It was up, and he put a charge in it.
Quickly, 0-2 to John LaFleur. 2 for 5 in Austin, going back to yesterday. We'll see if that will wake up the bats of the Crusaders against this awfully impressive right-hander. To first, Husofsky, 3 unassisted. For out number 1.
The other thing, it's interesting to watch a guy like Flora who's got such great stuff. All of a sudden, somebody catches up to you. What do? He comes. I like he came right back and attacked the zone and got an out right away. And solo homers, plenty of good pitchers that I played with would say they're not going to beat me. It's the passes in front of those that beat you.
No doubt. Well, we talked with Andrew Checketts earlier in this game about what Flores meant to this program, and he talked about his competitive nature. Hit sharply to short, waiting on it was Nunez. And there are 2 down. And he said, you know, at times this year he's put us on his back. He wants to win at everything, and he's embraced the pressure of potentially being the first pitcher taken this summer in the draft. And I don't know if we talk about that enough. A young man's perspective, that understanding coming into this season what was expected, and he really has lived past those expectations when you look at the numbers.
So many times it could be such a big, everything gets so big that you forget the little things, and that's, you know, doing your work, and he goes about his business, does his work. He was out an hour before the schedule starts on, starting to loose, working on his program to get himself ready to go pitch. Tells me a whole lot about him, that he is willing to put that much into each start that he makes.
6 strikeouts for Jackson Flora. He does give up his first run in this game on the blast by Ryan Grundy.
Comes to the plate, looking for the heater, gets it up. Grundy puts a charge in it, but Flora comes right back to retire 3 in a row.
Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One here at Disch-Falk Field. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. And a good start for the Gauchos. 3-1 lead this elimination game in the Austin Regional over Holy Cross. Although the Crusaders just scratched across their first run of this one on the solo shot from Ryan Grundy. By the way, in that inning, Jackson Flora gave up the run. Got 3 outs on 8 pitches.
Yeah, I like the way he comes back. I mean, you know, sometimes you lose your shutout. You think, okay, but he came right back and he attacked and made maybe some of his best pitches of the day.
All right, Keith, I got one more for you. Jonathan Mendez struck out twice. Lenahan's done a remarkable job getting the start today, just his 5th of the season for the Crusaders. He'll send that one in fair territory down the third baseline to Grundy. All right, so Holy Cross, a little momentum here on its side. We talked yesterday about the swan song for Elliott Avent at NC State. Wolfpack end up losing to UCF.
Yep.
Late last night, a game that concluded earlier today down at Plainsman Park. Well, Coach Avent and the Wolfpack out of the ACC against Auburn, the number 4 national seed out of the SEC that lost yesterday to Milwaukee. Those two have squared off at Plainsman Park in the top of the first inning. That game underway as Lenahan settles in low to Nunez for ball 1. NC State has put up 7 runs against Auburn and is still batting with just 1 out.
In the top of the first.
In the top of the first inning. Nunez tried to golf one out of here, couldn't do it. 7-0 now. NC State did put up 3 early yesterday against UCF and then really wasn't able to do anything else, but putting up 7 against that team and that pitching staff. Butch Thompson squad on the ropes early
at home.
We were there last year for the regionals and the supers, and that fan base was electric. You got the War Eagle wall out there in left field. They brought in temporary stands to try to enhance the atmosphere even more. An incredible stop over at first base by Connors again.
They can't get the out, though, when he got up and tried to overhand the throw. And
they may want to look at this. I thought he got him with the naked eye in real time.
Challenged by Holy Cross.
Oh, he definitely caught the bag.
That's
this
an
is
out.
a good challenge. What an athletic move by your pitcher. Up in the air, now looks down, catches the corner of the bag with his back foot and drives him to the ground, but it's there in time. That's an out.
Put that in your Sports Center top 10. We had a play for Texas out in right field yesterday. Aiden Robbins fully extended. And that was number 8 this morning watching Sports Center. That one with Linehan, he must have leaped in the air about 4 feet to make sure he retrieved the ball from Connors and then lands on the bag in time to record the out. Maybe not 4 feet.
Well, he got up in the air as high as he needed to get it done, but hey, Connors dives to get the play. Let's start with the fact that Connors dives to his right to make the catch, and there's no question he caught the corner of the bag and went to the ground. He's out.
And the full split nearly afterwards. Is everything okay, Jake Linehan? That was an incredible play. Pitchers are athletes too, Keith.
Well, he did a great job right there. He got over, covered the bag. He didn't quite get 4 feet, Roy, but he got up in the air at the height of his jump. But it started with Connors diving to his right to make a nice diving catch to stop, get the ball caught.
Listen to me. That is the play of the weekend so far, the Austin Regional.
After further review, the call of safe has been overturned to out. Holy Cross retains their challenge. They still have one challenge remaining.
We may need to see that one 3 or 4 more times before this game ends.
Yeah, it's just what an effort to get an out. And
that's not a guy, in my opinion, that's used to doing a split. And
Yeah.
he did one. And look at the reaction in the dugout. They knew. They knew. Are you kidding me?
that's just a great play on both ends.
Wolfpack have added a run, and with 2 in scoring position, lead at Auburn in the top of the first inning, 8-0. Here's Esker. Pops it up a mile high, backing out of play.
Esker's really had an outstanding tournament.
Two for 2 has driven in one of the 3 Gaucho runs today.
He's used the whole field. He's doubled down the left field line. He's gone to right field 3 times. He is barreled up in almost every at bat he's had in this regional.
Healthy cut, a ball and 2 strikes. Linehan has refound his zone. And as all of that was occurring, somebody somewhere here in Austin fired up a grill because it is wafting into our broadcast position. And I'm here to tell you, it smells fantastic.
Yeah, there might be some steaks going on outside.
A lot happening here at the top of the 6th inning. Ball 2 strikes to Esker. Swats at it. Grundy again. Scoops it up and delivers. That's a strike. 1, 2, 3. There was some drama mixed in. The Gauchos retired in order. 11 pitch inning for Jake Linehan. How much fun are we having down in Austin, Texas? The NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus, the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott, and I'm going to have to issue an enormous apology here. Back in the Austin Regional, Santa Barbara leading Holy Cross 3-1, home half of the 6th. The scores that we were looking at were in fact reversed.
Ooh, it's 8-0 Auburn?
That is correct.
Ooh, okay.
Auburn batting first.
They're the visiting team.
An elimination game, their home ballpark, day 2 against NC State. My humble apologies for the scores that we were given were incorrect.
I was stunned.
I was too. Stelzer the hitter, Flora the pitcher. Good game here in this elimination affair. My apologies to Butch Thompson, the War Eagle faithful, as this one is sent down the left field line and hooking foul.
Yeah, the young fan's been down there in the heat. Got a ball. Nice job right there. Get it to him. He's down there paying a price. Nice souvenir. Got it in his pocket. He wants multiples. He's down there looking for multiples.
97 pops the mitt and just missed.
That's the first time I've seen him reach back. You saw Flora that time. He reached back. And if there's a little extra in the tank, he tried to go to it right there and just missed with it.
6 strikeouts for Jackson Flora. Overthrew the fastball low, 2-2. You can tell he's just starting to rear back a little bit more and let it loose.
He's so efficient to this point.
Line out to shortstop. Nunez played it perfectly. And it was coming at the 6-hole in a hurry.
Did a nice job. Got on top of it. All you can do is hit it hard as a hitter. That's why there's 7 fielders behind you as a pitcher. You know, let them. You do not want to be selfish in this game. Let everybody get involved.
You get it out. You get it out. Everybody gets it out. Do pitchers forget about that at times, and they're just trying to strike everybody out?
Yeah, I've seen guys that think that, you know, I've gone to the mound and say, you know, there's 7 other guys out here would like to play.
What's the reaction when you tell a big leaguer that on the bump?
Sometimes you just want to break everything is so serious. You want to break it up, and you're trying to get him just to go, okay, don't take it so seriously, even though it is serious in Major League Baseball.
That's true in broadcasting as well. 3-0 to C.J. Egri, who was hit by a pitch his last time up and then promptly picked off at first base. Great play by the Gaucho's ace, Jackson Flora. Four straight out of the zone. Egri aboard for the second time. And that is walk number 1 issued by Flora.
He's allowed 2 free passes. He hit Egri and then promptly picked him off. Well, another scenario here where this is one of those times when the guy that can run, it's going to prompt a visit to the mound for the first time. It is a hot day. I had 100 on the turf. Even though that was his 70th or 71st pitch of the ball game.
Look into the eyes of the Gaucho's ace, talking with Andrew Checketts. Saw activity brewing in that Santa Barbara bullpen. And this may be one of the last times we see Flora in action. Draft eligible, likely going in the top 5 according to Kylie McDaniel. We'll see how that shakes out.
Well, I can guarantee you that there are cross-checkers from every organization in the building right now.
5 1/3. He's given up just the 2 hits, the 1 run. It came on the solo blast from Ryan Grundy. Now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Alex Sandell. Snapped it across at 79 on the outside corner.
And how about that? After a visit, more times than not, you're thinking, here comes the heater. He drops a little breaking ball in there for a strike.
Egri 3rd in American stolen bases. He is not taking as large of a lead this go around. Stelzer lines out to short. Egri walks on 4 straight.
Back-to-back sliders.
Xavier Esker talked this week about what it's like playing baseball with Jackson Flora. He said it is as dominant a pitcher as I've ever played behind. His stuff is nasty. All of his pitches are, quote, insane.
He's impressed me. I mean, a lot of guys that pitch use the fastball a high percentage of the time, but he has the ability to use his whole arsenal.
Pitcher of the year in the Big West. Sandell offered.
Egri he's really not getting a good read. He's seen a couple times. I mean, he's got the green light ready to go. He just hasn't felt comfortable. He hasn't had that good read.
That lead about a half step shorter than what it was. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th.
They're going to call a balk here.
So Egri's awarded second base. And more importantly, you got a runner in scoring position here, and a knock could make it a 1-run game.
Absolutely. I mean, you were trying to think about stealing a bag to get into this position, and I'm going to say he did not move his front foot.
And so, Keith, this becomes now the first time today Holy Cross has had a batter with a runner in scoring position.
And a nice pitch there when he needed it. Just watch the bottom fall out on this pitch. It just comes to the plate with great arm speed and just right over the top. That's a changeup, and that's just nasty. I mean, you can see the arm speed coming out, and then the ball just, it's like, looked like a split finger. It's not a split, it's a changeup, but boy, the body just dropped.
Well, the changeup this year, a 45% whip rate. And absolutely devastating. Royer ducks away, pitch to the backstop. Egri takes third. A bunch of different ways you can get home from third base, and now window of opportunity clearly open for the Crusaders.
Oh, that just got away. Nuke. I don't see the mascot, but maybe. That was that changeup. Something he was going to. You can see there was not much spin to it, and just came out of his hands wrong. Oh, by the way, I'll drop a 1-0 slider on you.
There's that correct Auburn score. It's a 16-run swing.
In about 4 minutes.
Served to short. Nunez on the move. Big throw here, and he connects. Saves a run, 3-1. Holy Cross strands a runner at third. Through 6 in Austin. Time is now for Squeeze Play. ESPN, the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. Round-the-clock multi-game coverage. Scan that QR code right now. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. Our good friend and yours, Cole, on camera 3. He's accessing. He's staying cool out there.
Yeah, he's doing it better. His hat's not enough. He needed some more shade, so he found him a towel.
Can't blame him whatsoever. It'll be 8-9 in the top of the order due up for the Gauchos. They would love to add some insurance runs late. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott. Usovsky, the hitter, got the start at first base and promptly sends the second pitch into left field. He's now 1 for 3, leadoff man aboard for the Gauchos.
Interesting. Bullpens we've not seen a lot of activity in either bullpen. Both these starting pitchers, again, we talked about the heat, how hot it is, And now pitch count's getting up. 97 for the Holy Cross right-hander.
Pinch runner comes in for the Gauchos. Sofsky gets the job done. And Jack Haferkamp standing at first base. A little more speed against Jake Linehan. To left field on a rope and right over the head of LaFleur. Gauchos in business, runners at second and third, nobody out. Well, LaFleur saw that off the bat, thought it was going to come right to him, and realized quickly it's about 5 feet over his cap.
Now the ball hit right on the button, got a little help from this breeze and just jumped. And ball upstairs. Boy, he put a charge into it. You can see it right there. Just gets that elevation and no chance to get to it. Nice job of playing the carom to keep the run from scoring, but all of a sudden second and third with nobody out.
Second hit of the weekend for Noah Carliner. You got Haferkamp at third base. How big would this be for Jackson Flora? You and I were talking during the break. You asked me the question. Do you bring him back out for the seventh inning? And at the time I said, well, yeah, I think so. I don't know the game like you do, but with a 3-1 score, it's still too close for comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. And his pitch count's in a pretty good shape, so I would think that we will see him in the bottom of the seventh.
Third straight game we've seen Linehan over 100 pitches. Flora relaxing. That breeze blowing through the Gauchos dugout.
Get some stickum as the bat almost came out of his hands. Able to get the spray. What happened to the pine tar?
Somebody asked George Brett about that.
That man could hit.
First two aboard, top of the order, Liam Barrett. You think Auburn fans will forgive me?
Yeah, you know, sometimes everything that you see on a computer is not, it's not true.
Upstairs for ball one. Everything you see on a computer, you read on social media, even with what you hear with your own two ears.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's my words of wisdom.
I like them.
Down the left field line and slicing. 5 rows back. The atmosphere be like tonight with Tarleton State, Texas, Winterside.
This is a nice running catch. He got his second one. Folks, this might be one of the catches of the day. He's loading those pockets up now. I mean, he plays it on a hop. Reach it out. Reach. Can I get there? Yes, I can. That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark.
Put a star by that one. Right back up the middle. Haferkamp comes home to score. Runners at the corners. It's now 4-1 Gauchos. Second hit of the ball game for Liam Barrett.
He did a nice job. I like that, going back through the box. Gauchos now trying to get it going here, get some separation. I think that might be it. What a performance, a gutsy performance in the heat. Over 100 pitches, kept his team in the game.
Jake Linehan got the start. And outside of that loss of control in the third inning, and even with that included, a sophomore, very bright future ahead of him. His afternoon comes to a close, and a round of applause from the fans that made their way down from Worcester.
He did an outstanding job. One of those days, just his teammates know what he gave them, everything he had.
Linehan's day comes to a close. Holy Cross down 4-1 as we step aside. Derek Voles on the mound, the sophomore left-hander for Holy Cross, replacing Jake Lenahan, who went 6+ innings. Aston, PA is Voles, making his 13th appearance, 1-2 on the year.
At times a struggle with command.
Facing Kelly, who promptly sends it into left field. Make it 5-1. The run-scoring single from the center fielder, Rowan Kelly. 4th hit in the frame, and the Gauchos suddenly in business here, Keith.
Did a really nice job, did Kelly. Missed with the first pitch, comes back with the fastball away, and Kelly just shoots it in the 6th hole. Now getting some separation in the ball game.
25th multi-hit game of the season for Rowan Kelly. And standing at first base, Barrett advancing to second. Gauchos now with 8 hits and in position, getting late in Austin. Vassar squares the bunt. He leads the Big West in that category in the sack bunts with 11.
First and second, still nobody out in the frame, and I'd love to get those guys moved up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him square again.
Voles delivers up and away. And Connors crashing down the first baseline there for a moment. Well, the Virginia Cavaliers have bounced back in a big way in Hattiesburg, a 9-6 lead in the top of the 5th inning against Southern Miss. Inside edge at 85, 2-1. Coastal Carolina still a 1-0 lead. That game in a weather delay in Tallahassee.
That's a regional host trailing at Southern Miss in an elimination game.
In addition, in Tallahassee as well, at Florida State with Cam Fluke on the mound for the Shots.
Yeah, do you bring him back? There's always those kind of questions.
Auburn now piling it on NC State, what could be the last game for skipper Elliott Avent, one of the ambassadors of this fantastic sport. Vassar's going to draw the walk, bases loaded, and Keith, you mentioned it, nobody out. 2 runs are in. Heart of the order coming up.
Now the corners will be up, probably play for 2 in the middle here, but going to go out and command is what Voles has struggled with at times, and getting to relax here. I'd love to see him get ahead if he could, to just get the feeling of pitching ahead in the count.
Coming up later tonight, Texas and Tarleton State, a rematch of 2 teams that squared off back on March 17th here at the Dish. And Tarleton State gave up an early run in the first inning and 1 more hit after that, and it came all the way in the 9th inning. In between, they scored 6 in what was then called the biggest win in school history.
They really took control, and a lot of this was on the mound, and then they came up with big hits when they needed to, especially in the middle part of the ball game. What they did on the mound is what was impressive, is they found ways to secure the victory, the celebration, with a 6-1 win.
Pitching change will be made for Holy Cross. Voles heads to the dugout. We'll tell you about the new pitcher, the Crusaders, when we come back here in Austin.
I cannot help my fixation.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
College World Series in Omaha starting June 12th, right around the corner. Monday, first day of June. NCAA baseball regionals underway this weekend. 16 different locations around the country. And already upsets galore. Will that trend continue through today as some national seeds perhaps are sent packing? Virginia right now. A 9-6 lead in the 5th inning. Down in Southern Miss. Rain delay in Tallahassee we told you about. Got Auburn and NC State.
The #1 overall seed.
Vargas, the hitter, promptly out of the ballpark. The grand slam for Nate Vargas. And the floodgates have opened for the Gauchos. Henry Harding, the freshman right-hander, rudely greeted by the hard-hitting catcher Nate Vargas, his 12th home run of the season. 9-1, Santa Barbara.
Looking for that first pitch that you can drive when you step in and the relief pitcher gets the ball up. Boy, puts a good swing on it. Second grand slam of this Austin Regional. And this one blown wide open. That's a greeting coming in and out of the bullpen, and the first pitch you throw leaves the ballpark.
Jonathan Mendez, a 6-run outburst by the Gauchos. We've been waiting for this, it feels like, from this offense this weekend, and we finally see it in the top of the 7th inning. And you put up 6+ with this program this year, pitching like Jackson Flora. Tough to beat.
Yeah, he's been really good. He's made one mistake. Only given up 2 hits. Still nobody warm in the bullpen, so I expect to see him in the bottom of the 7th.
That was going to be my question to you. The game not over, but an 8-run lead against an offense that has put up now 2 runs in nearly 2 full games. You feel pretty comfortable. How much longer will you utilize your ace, and is there any chance you could see him again later this weekend if you pull him?
I don't think that you'll see him.
Yeah, that seemed to be the thought process by Andrew Checketts talking to media last night. That plan was Flora would get the start today, and that would probably be the bulk of what we see of him this weekend.
No, you're going to ride him out here and let him finish what he can finish.
And Checketts does have some other really good pitching at his disposal this weekend, assuming this score holds. Well, with Cole Triba going career high 70 pitches yesterday, and then now Jackson Flora getting the start today, that's too likely that we will not see. And Mendez draws a walk. 6 runs are in. Again, nobody out for Santa Barbara.
It's just been a really good offensive inning. Obviously slugging, double, grand slam, a couple of walks mixed in.
Back to Corey Nunez. Reach on the E4, drew a walk in the 3rd. A play over at first base that had us talking in the last frame. Fly ball to right. Anderson is there. It's the first out.
It's always interesting when you start watching. You watch bullpens late in games to figure out, what managers are thinking and whatever. And then you always think right here, well, this game's already been separated maybe to this point. Would you get your bullpen ready to go? And I look up and I see somebody throwing. But nowadays you look in the bullpen, they're all throwing a football.
What is it with that? To right field, Esker, another knock.
Boy, he's had a Good tournament.
And now the Gauchos have batted around in the 7th inning. All got started with the hit by Husovsky. And for Esker now, 5 knocks in Austin.
I'm going to have a pinch hitter here.
Cole Kosciuszko. We saw him yesterday in a pinch hitting capacity. And he'll hit for Husovsky. Cole is senior. Runners at first and second. Gauchos have exploded. 3 runs in the 3rd and now 6 and counting in the 7th inning. Twitter's asking me if you've taken a humble play-by-play person to any good barbecue joints in Austin since we've been here.
Well, I have not, but I can tell you that there's 3 or 4 good ones. Sometimes we need to make reservations a few weeks ago to get in them.
Well, they're smoking them out right now just outside Dishwalk Field here. And that was part of the aroma we were sensing just a couple of innings ago.
Well, those are not going to be briskets. Those briskets were started late yesterday afternoon and might have been ready this morning.
I did enjoy Salt Lick on my way in.
That's a good call, good start.
One of my favorites. Remember being introduced to Salt Lick some 15 years ago before one of my buddies got married for the first time. He's since been married maybe a couple of times. It's another story for another game.
Yeah.
But we had the wedding party dinner down there, Driftwood.
Yep. Beautiful.
That was before it really got as big as it is now.
Ooh, just missed with the back door. Tried to change speeds. Had him fooled. Just couldn't bring it back to the corner. But you want Dippin' Dots too, you know.
You big Dippin' Dots guy?
Hey, I like them. I'm more of a chocolate guy.
Runners were going. It's fouled straight back. But anyways, we went to the Salt Lick Den, and my friend told me he's getting married the next day. Don't eat anything all day. It's like, okay. And we got there, and I understood why.
Yep.
I didn't want to waste any space with sides. I just wanted the brisket, spicy links. Part of what makes Texas, Texas. Virginia still a 3-run lead down in Hattiesburg against the number 9 seed Southern Miss Eagles, Golden Eagles. Santa Barbara now in a prime position. See its season extended to tomorrow. Up the middle, another knock. Mendez a big turn at third. He's going to score without a throw. 7 on the board here in the 7th inning. And the lead extends to 10-1.
Again, good at bat, kept fouling off pitches, finally got a pitch he could handle and just drove it back through the box. Really nice extension. And drives in the run.
Kosciuszko standing at first base, came in as a pinch hitter for Husovsky. And wouldn't you know, in the 8 hole, those two combined to secure 2 hits in this inning. Esker standing at second, and that too far inside to Carliner. Oh, Carliner doubled and scored earlier in the 7th, and now is aboard on the hit by pitch.
They have a pitching change again here. Trying to find some strikes and some outs. To the bullpen again.
35 pitches into this inning. 7 runs are in for the Gauchos. And another pitching change for the Crusaders coming up. Now the Gauchos creating a little separation between themselves and Holy Cross. They have batted around. They have scored 7 times. And for the second time, the bases are juiced after the Nate Vargas grand slam moments ago. And still just 1 out at the top of the 7th inning. 10-1 our score.
The 3-1 ball game. Very much a ball game until the top of this frame, and still just 1 out. To the bullpen, Pedro Leon comes into the game. The right-hander. He's made quite a few starts for the Crusaders.
You got some more barbecue selections for me?
Well, yeah, obviously you've heard of Franklin's. Anybody that you hear about that, but that one you need pretty much to reserve a spot to get to. There's a little town about 30 miles southeast of here called Lockhart that has 3 or 4 different choices, and all of them are good.
Pedro Leon hopes that he's good in this jam for the Crusaders, the Patriot League champions. And Liam Barrett takes ball 1. You got Esker over at third base, Kosciuszko at second, and Carliner at first, facing the sophomore right-hander from New York, Pedro Leon. Barrett at the top of the order, a couple of hits already today, 2 straight out of the zone.
Leon's got an explosive fastball. We were maybe anticipating him being one, if they got deep into this tournament, that he would be one of the starting pitchers. He's into the 90s with his fastball.
2-0 to Barrett. There it is. How excited were you to see Texas and Tarleton State in the rematch tonight?
Well, I'm excited to see Dylan Valantis and see his ability to go. And Tarleton has been impressive all season long. I mean, you win your league, you win your conference tournament, and you come in and you're a 3 seed, and you beat the number 2 seed in the first round, so they're confident. And there's so much in baseball about confidence. It's a game of failure, and if you're not confident, the failure starts to build up on you.
And Leon strikes out Barrett for out number 2. Bases remain loaded. In case you're wondering, for Santa Barbara, last time the Gauchos had 2 grand slams in 1 game. Go back to April 4th, 1997 against New Mexico State. That's a long time.
That's a long time ago. Well, they got half of it done to this point.
Saw that nugget come across and just thought maybe that was just in 1 inning. No, in a game. Rowan Kelly, the hitter, smacks that one foul.
He's had a good year. 74 hits on the year as he steps in here. Uses the whole field. He's been impressive to me, dude. He stays inside the ball well. He'll turn on a ball, but he can also go the other way with it. And he's hit a ball out to dead center in this tournament.
Fastball at 95, 0-2. The stuff is filthy for Leon. See Kelly's numbers. Breakout inning for the Gauchos. Those just tuning in via squeeze play. 7 runs so far in the 7th. Bases still loaded. Add at least 1 more to that tally. Make it 2. Rounding third and coming home, Kosciuszko. And sliding in at second base, the throw is there and the tag applied to end the inning. Santa Barbara plates 9 runs. 12-1 our score, and the final tag on the out just seconds ago. Well done by Sandell. Jackson Flora, the ace for the Gauchos, and could be the first pitcher off the board in the Major League Baseball draft this summer, as advertised through 6. yielding just the 2 hits and the 1 run to go along with 7 punchies. And Jackson Flora remains on the mound. First pitch yields the first out as Connors flies out to left field.
Yeah, he's been impressive. Not only, obviously, his stuff is good. He's got 3 really good pitches, but his command and his mound presence, he's just come out and he's attacked. This was very much a ball game until the top of this 7th inning.
Breaking ball snaps outside of the zone.
And his efficiency. That was his 80th pitch into the 7th.
Grundy was the one that touched him for that run on the homer to right field. This time a ground out the first.
And that's 2 quick outs.
Kosciuszko is the new first baseman for the Gauchos. And yeah, 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Gets a quick out here. Could very well see him back out for the 8th.
Now, 2 pitchers for the Gauchos in the last really decade have gone first off the board in the MLB draft, and Jackson Flora has a chance to be the 3rd for head coach Andrew Checketts. Popped up right side, foul territory. And a row behind the dugout.
Yeah, but it's a souvenir. There's a mad dash to get it. Can he find it? Yes, he can. Look at those numbers. All-time strikeout leader. Single season strikeout leader.
Set that mark earlier today. To left center. Ballpark will hold it. In a 6-pitch inning, Barrett leaps to make the grab. Through 7, Gauchos in command behind their ace, Jackson Flora. Well, we'll take you back in time. Yesterday, the Longhorns put up 19 runs and a NCAA tournament program record 6 long balls, including 3 by the freshman left fielder Anthony Pack Jr., 2 by Aiden Robbins. And a lot of records were broken in that offensive onslaught, especially when it comes down to postseason play for the Horns.
Well, nobody had ever hit 3 in the history of, and nobody's been into the tournament more than the Longhorns. Nobody's ever hit 3 home runs in a NCAA tournament game. Anthony Pack is culminating a tremendous freshman year. And that RBIs, I think we were told, is 49-50. It was his 10th home run of the year, 70th hit of the year. My gosh, all kinds of things are happening.
All on one swing of the bat. Leone remains on the mound for Holy Cross, and it's 2-0. So just to recap that, his 3rd home run, first time that's happened in Texas history in postseason play in a single game. Also resulting in RBIs 48 and 50. His 70th hit of the season. I feel like there was one more he added. We'll have it documented properly graphically by tonight. And amazingly enough, 2 other players yesterday also hit
3 home runs.
bombs.
Charge attack.
Fastball at 93, and the count runs full. Auburn leading NC State 10-2. Still in a delay in Tallahassee with the Chanticleers 1-0 lead over Florida State. That is an elimination game. Vassar to center field, and Williams aboard.
Perhaps stayed back, got a ball up. It just tells you so much about No matter how hard you throw, you elevate the ball at the belt or up. Hitters are going to barrel it up on a regular basis.
Virginia Tech and UCLA underway at Jackie Robinson Stadium. And the Bruins and Hokies still scoreless. First inning.
Thought that was a night game. If you're just tuning in, you probably thought that was going to be the matchup.
Vargas with a grand slam, his last plate appearance. Has reached twice. To left center. And against the track, Egri collects it.
Just got underneath that. Did Vargas. He was close to put a good swing on that as well.
Yeah, foul that away for tomorrow. Nate Vargas has found the zone. Top of the 8th inning, 12-1 our score. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott. And Jonathan Mendez, the hitter. Vassar still at first base with a modest lead. And Mendez in search of his first knock today. Scored a run yesterday and was 1 for 4. Virginia still leading Southern Miss in Hattiesburg 9-6. That game now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Oregon State and Yale. Elimination game out in Eugene. That'll get away from the catcher. And Vassar able to get to second base as a result. Now Coughlin, a tough pitch to receive. Coming inside towards the hitter.
Yeah, I would call that a wild pitch. I mean, he got a glove on it, but amazingly that he got there to get a glove on it.
This is Santa Barbara baseball today. Outstanding pitching, timely hits.
Showed some power.
Error-free. And the total opposite of what we witnessed yesterday against Tarleton State. Of course, the Texans will do that to teams too. That could be the most undervalued team in the field. Talking to some folks around here, including even Jim Schlossnagel. His conversation with us 2 days ago referred to Tarleton State as the fastest team that Texas saw this year.
They're athletic. They can hit the ball at the ballpark and they can run.
3 balls and a strike to Mendez. And Leone loses him. Second free pass issued to Jonathan Mendez today. Runners at first and second for the Gauchos. Well, the Gauchos hold on here. They play another elimination game tomorrow. Awaiting the winner's side tonight between Tarleton State and Texas. Tarleton State, the champions of the WAC.
Yeah, tournament champions as well.
The regular season title and the championship game in that WAC tournament. Outscored Sacramento State 21-11 to win the championship. 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points.
Can beat you in a lot of different ways.
Other component we probably didn't talk about enough with Tarleton State yesterday was the fact that Fuller Smith, discussing all the injuries to the pitching staff, lined into center. Egri comes up with it. And the base is loaded again as the stop sign was put up for Vassar over at third. 14 hits for the Gauchos today.
And they're going to make another move to the bullpen here. Try to find somebody can get some outs. Give guys the opportunity to pitch in a regional and see if you can find one that can find some success.
Step aside in Austin, 12-1. A pitching change with the bases loaded. The Gauchos still batting. Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. The sun continues to splash down in the beautiful Austin, Texas area here at Disch-Falk Field. Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott. It is all Santa Barbara, and another pitching change. Sophomore right-hander Brett Mulligan out of the bullpen for the Crusaders of Holy Cross.
Mulligan, you look at his numbers on the year. 15th appearance. He has started 7 ball games on the season. Almost averaging a strikeout an inning. And he comes on here. The Gauchos have him loaded.
Vassar at third, Mendez at second, Nunez at first base. And just one away. Santa Barbara 3 of 5. The base is loaded today, including the Nate Vargas grand slam. And Xavier Esker. I don't know that there's a hotter bat this side of Anthony Pack Jr. here in Austin this weekend. 5 for 7 between yesterday and today. Case in point, to left center. 1 run is in. Vassar touches home plate. Mendez right behind him. Throw to second will easily get Esker, but Xavier drives in 2 more to make it 14-1.
Breaking ball upstairs, and like you said, Esker is really seeing the ball well. Just smokes this ball into left center. Tries to leave home plate, thinking right here I can get 2, and then, uh-oh, now what do I do? Tries to alter his slide, and it's the second out at second base in the ball game.
It's a bad feeling as a base runner, is it not?
Yeah, you're sort of out there in the middle of nowhere thinking, I can't stop and go back, can I? But because you can.
Nunez at third base, 2 away. 11 runs in the last 2 innings for the Gauchos, UC Santa Barbara. A disappointing finish in the Big West tournament. After winning the regular season title, just went 1-2. UC San Diego ended up eliminating them there. I want to say there was lingering effects from those 2 losses into yesterday, because Tarleton State is a really good baseball team. This feels much more like what we saw in the Big West regular season and non-conference play for a team that shut out #1 UCLA and stopped their 27-game winning streak 2 months ago, for a team that beat Oregon, a team that beat Southern Cal, and Southern Miss even early stages of the regular season. And the punch out, Mulligan comes in, gets the final 2 outs. Couple of runs added, 14-1. Gauchos out in front of Holy Cross. Well, so far so good. 2 games yesterday, winning teams both hit double digits, and the same trend continues today with Santa Barbara putting up 14 and a 13-run lead against Holy Cross this elimination game. Gauchos in position to play again tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, noon local, against the loser between Texas and Tarleton State tonight. Meanwhile, top pitcher in the land, Jackson Flora, still on the mound, and 94 miles an hour, the straight gas, 0-1 on his 85th pitch of this game.
He's had an awful lot of time in the dugout between the last few innings, so see how he responds to that. He's come right back out. Maybe not quite as much pop as we saw earlier, but still commanding his pitches. He had a 6-pitch inning in the 7th.
Coughlin behind 0-2. Jackson Flora, 7 strikeouts today. 1 free pass, the 2 hits, one of which was a solo homer from Ryan Grundy, the third baseman for Holy Cross. We mentioned the double-digit run totals for the teams that won yesterday. Strikeout number 8, caught him looking. And 14 on the board today. This is an offensive ballpark. These temperatures with this wind, and that will continue tonight.
Oh, it will. That's why this is impressive as we've seen. Is 2 hits, 1 run, solo homer.
Gaucho's 14 runs. That is tied for the most in an NCAA tournament game for them coming in. They still have the top of the 9th to go.
A 1.05 starting the game ERA. He's given up 2 hits and 1 run. Almost 8 full innings. Your ERA goes up. That's just not right. You can see he's
96 too low. You mentioned the pop. All of a sudden he reaches back these last 2 offerings at 95 and 96 respectively. Strikeout number 9. And 20 swing and misses so far today for Jackson Flora.
Now, he's missing barrels, and he's doing it with a lot of tip. The impressive thing is he has this when he needs it, that high heater, but his 2 off-speed pitches, he's had good command with it. He's hit a batter, he's walked a batter, and struck out 9.
NC State has battled back in Auburn. Cut it down to 10-7 before the Tigers responded. The couple of rebound runs. Now 12-7 AU. And Flora operating quickly. Breaking ball low and away. A ball and a strike. Told you about the changeup and the whiff rate there. Fastball has touched 100 miles an hour this season. Perfect mark in Big West play, the Big West pitcher of the year. Never a doubt. And approaching 100 pitches in this Texas heat. Stelzer the hitter. 3-1. Oh, and a great play behind second base. The save a run. And the inning is extended. The second walk issued by Jackson Flora.
Bullpen up now, working. And I would think that might be the end of the day for an outstanding, maybe the end of his career for the Gaucho right-hander.
Checkett's out of the dugout. Flora out of the game. Have a moment for the Gauchos ace.
Just as good as advertised.
Multi-million-dollar right arm. And could be the first pitcher off the board this summer in the draft. Bottom of the 8th inning. It is all Gauchos and a pitching change for the first time today. Back in Austin, here in the Austin Regional, Keith Moreland, Roy Philpott, Santa Barbara in position. Home half of the 8th inning with a 13-run lead. Jackson Flora out of the game. Raymond Olivius, the new hurler for the Gauchos, trying to get his team into the 9th inning. The sophomore right-hander from Stockton, California.
He's really done an outstanding job on the season. This is his 27th appearance, which leads the club for the Gauchos on the year. He's only walked 7 batters, 32 innings. He's a guy that forces you to put it in play. Not holding the runner at first here and back to the top of the order.
Keith, I'm curious to get your opinion later tonight. As Stelzer, the take second base. Defensive indifference. We just witnessed Jackson Flora, what he brings to the mound. And this evening for the Texas Longhorns, Dylan Volantis, another elite arm and pitching prospect. Fun to see both players get their respective starts on the same day.
Yeah, kind of were thinking they might be against each other, but it didn't work out that way. Different styles. Flora more of a power guy, and Volantis, I wouldn't call him crafty because he's got good, excellent stuff. But he uses his ability to deceive with a breaking ball a little more than Flora does. Flora still uses power.
Two-time Patriot League Player of the Year. Could be the final at-bat for his college baseball career. C.J. Egri. Pleasure to get to know this week. The Crusaders outside to even the count. Gritty, tough, and a spectacular senior campaign in Worcester.
He's going to succeed at whatever he does.
Crowds the plate, and the 2-2 swung on and miss. Egri strikes out. Jackson Flora exiting the playing surface moments ago. Hopes he gets one more chance if the Gauchos can survive and advance out of Austin this weekend. An incredible start nonetheless. (14-15-0) for the Gauchos. 1-2-1 for Holy Cross. Advantage. Regular season champions in the Big West. UC Santa Barbara. Ninth inning. And a pinch hitter to start for UCSB, Mitch Namey. Senior outfielder wearing number 39 in those blue uniforms today. As Mulligan delivers a first pitch strike. I'm told Mulligan is the nickname also for our trusted producer Bradley Shelton IV on the golf course.
That would probably be so.
He has no golf game. There's no way. Maybe the senior out of Mesa, Arizona. Gauchos blew it open in the 7th inning. This game was there for the taking for Holy Cross against the ace for Santa Barbara, Jackson Flora. And then all of a sudden, Crusaders unable to record it out. Frame that lasted over half an hour. Keith, what was it like when you knew you were done playing college ball?
It's an interesting thing. I'm glad you asked that question because, you know, there's one side of this field. You know, a lot of guys know this is the last time they're going to tee it up with an umpire and play on a synthetic turf. They may get a chance to play professionally, but the chances are not good. So it's a bittersweet ending every time, unless it's in Omaha, Nebraska.
Namey draws the walk. Leadoff man aboard for the Gauchos. So Namey pitch hit for Stelzer. Gets us back to the top of the order for UCSB. Liam Barrett's 2 for 5. Drove in a run, struck out once. I mean, I have nothing to compare it to other than my last games
really
in
hard
high
to
school.
You know, I've tried to ask players in the past, you know, what it's like. I don't think they can describe it either. It's just sort of, you really enjoyed your time. It was an unbelievable experience. Most time guys that are playing collegiate athletics in any sport, but you know that that's the last time, and you can't get it back. It's
powerful.
Yes.
0-2 to Barrett. First of 2 here. There's the name on the facade, Keith Moreland. National championship winner here at Texas back in '75, the year that this ballpark opened. and also played across the street. DKR, the Texas football team, during that time.
We used to play in old Clark Field in baseball right beside DKR.
Really?
Billy Goat Hill. It had a cave, basically a rock wall that was part of the field of play. It's a famous ballpark.
National title in '75. Last one won here in Austin on the diamond 21 years ago in 2005. Ironically, a number of records that were established that postseason were broken yesterday. And the start of this run, which Texas fans hope ends in Omaha again this year. No team's been there more. Namey at first base. Good size lead. And Barrett, unable to check his swing on the 2-2 offering, strikes out.
A good location with this slider. Dropped it on the back foot. Watch the barrel. No doubt. In front of the plate. That's a good call and a proper call.
Peeled down to third base umpire Rick Allen right away. Namey remains at first. Rowan Kelly. Kelly's 3 for 4, driven in 3 runs. And this Gaucho's offense, the first 2 innings, really through maybe the first 5. You and I talked about looking for a spark, add some gas to the flame and find a way to ignite. That all came to pass in the 7th inning. They scored those 3 in the 3rd, 2 of those coming on a bases loaded walk.
Yeah, but the top of this order has been that igniter in this game. And when you really go back to that 3rd inning, obviously the bunt base hit, and then Kelly comes right behind and gets the base hit to left and got something going. And then, like you said, the back-to-back walks led to the 3 spot.
Coming up bottom of this inning, Holy Cross will be down to its final 3 outs, 2, 3, and 4. Sandell, Royer, and Braden Connors. Crusaders will remember this season for the run in the Patriot League tournament. 4 seed, beating Bucknell, the championship series. C.J. Eggery stealing home in that contest. But in a year where it never came together in the regular season, it did in the postseason. Chop to Connors, who will step on the bag at first. Namey gets to second. 2 away. And those kinds of runs that late in the year.
Yeah, back-to-back years into the postseason. I mean, and next year will be a different year. I mean, this was a total. They had to totally rebuild their infield, as they lost all 4 last year. So, you know, they're going to be some rebuilding, some things they need to do. But you know, they're used to playing and being one of those 64, and that becomes a habit.
Ryan Severance, the pinch hitter, and a first pitch strike. Mulligan's done a nice job coming out of that bullpen.
He's had a good mix.
West Coast baseball, a resurgence of sorts this year. UCLA needs to make good on what it couldn't do yesterday against St. Mary's, but between the Oregon Ducks, the Beavers of Oregon State, Wazoo, all 3 of those teams in the Eugene Regional, UCLA, the #1 overall national seed, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara,
USC.
And USC as well, thank you. Ball and 2 strikes to Severance. Gauchos with 3 in the 3rd, 9 in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th.
He spiked that one, but I like what he was trying to do. See if he could Guys just coming off the bench, pinch hittings, down 1 and 2. Let's throw a breaking ball and see if you can get him to go fish. And now you got to get something a little closer to the plate.
Turn over the breaking ball, stays upstairs.
Yeah, runners will be in motion here.
To short, Stelzer. Airmails the throw, gets all the way towards the stands. A run comes home to make it 15-1 as Namey touches home plate.
Off from second base, had to go in the hole, couldn't go to third, just got a little bit too much on it. Couldn't secure it to get the out. Miscue leads to the 14th run of the game. 15th run, excuse me.
And here's Nate Vargas. A grand slam in the 7th inning. Severin's over at first base after the E6 and the unearned run scores. 15 runs will match the 15 hits put up by the Gauchos today. Nearly 16.
Well, he rifled that ball. That ball jumped off his bat.
Well, I think Nate Vargas has to like his approach today and how that filters into Sunday potentially.
Oh, there's just no question. He's starting to get comfortable, get used to hitting in the ballpark. We're going to have another hot, breezy day tomorrow. It is overcast now, and it's supposed to stay that way through tonight, but it's going to be a southerly breeze again tomorrow. And sort of peeking ahead to the second ball game here today, and ballpark's going to, hitters will enjoy coming to the plate.
I feel like that's normally the case when the springtime arrives here in the Lone Star State. Now Vargas, senior out of Rockland, California. Hard to imagine there are too many catchers in the Big West better than what he did this year. He was second team All-League. Began his career at Folsom Lake College. And another shot that was mashed foul.
Left-handed hitting catches that hit for power they're so valuable. As the dominant pitching in college baseball is right-handed.
And Mulligan's got to find a way to get one more out here. Tough to do against Vargas. Popped him up. Shallow center. Egri. And the side retired. Gauchos add an unearned run, 15-1. Holy Cross down to its final 3 outs here in the Austin Regional when we return. Now the Crusaders of Holy Cross, an incredible 2-year run, and the 2-time Patriot League Player of the Year, C.J. Egri. He knows. Could be his final catch of his college career.
Puts that ball in his pocket. The emotions of finishing, you understand it. I'm going to take that with me, knowing that he's probably had his last plate appearance. Last play where it's in the scorebook, F8.
Nico Liebed. Catcher coming in. Sandell, the hitter. And Alex Sandell, the second baseman. Cue shot back to the mound. And the underhead toss. Sandell just a junior. He'll be back one more season. Out number one here in the bottom of the ninth inning. It'll be a big win for the Gauchos. Build some confidence. Gear up for tomorrow for that early start. And they'll get to do it all over again.
Tomorrow, your hope is a long day if you're a Gaucho fan. Because you got to play two if you want to
get to Monday. Hammered foul. It's a lot to prepare for when you think about it. A lot of contingencies.
Oh, yeah.
Some second guessing, but all smiles today for Jackson Flora and this team that needed the win, able to grind it out early, finish it off late. Gianni Royer. One for three today, down to his final strike here. This game was tight till the top of the seventh. Everything changed. Give Jackson Flora credit. He stayed on the mound. His team comfortably ahead. Understanding this could be the final start of his college career before he heads off to the bigs and the MLB draft this summer.
Well, it was an outstanding performance.
And the strikeout. Holy Cross down to its final out. Reached the postseason a year ago. Ended up losing twice in Chapel Hill. Once to the Tar Heels, the other time to Nebraska. And inching closer to our second game of the day tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. Texas and Tarleton State. Two schools separated by about 2.5 hours.
Oh, lost his balance. Amazing he could continue to even let that pitch go.
Just sailed up towards the plate. Braden Connors the batter. Last hope for Holy Cross. Great run of the postseason to make it this far for the Crusaders. 1-1. That overcast sky has helped us out a little bit with the temperatures today. Ball and 2 strikes.
Turf doesn't get quite as hot when it doesn't get those UV rays.
Bottom of the ninth inning. Bases clean. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 away. Gauchos fell to Tarleton State yesterday. A different story in their second game here in Austin this afternoon. Full count. And the game tonight should be a capacity crowd. Dish Falk Field. Dylan Volantis going to go for the Longhorns. Another ace on the mound. And the payoff to second. Goldstein on the move, unable to make the throw.
How in the world did he even get a glove on that? This is a rocket back at you after you've delivered the ball. And he actually can. I know he's trying to protect himself as much, but he almost made a spectacular catch here. As you know, he's trying to defend himself and gets the glove up and gets a piece of it.
Citadel has rallied, take the lead against Illinois, Chicago, and Atlanta. Elimination game there on the flats. Here's Ryan Grundy. Homered back in the 5th inning off of Jackson Flora. That will be an at-bat he remembers forever.
Yeah, got a fastball, first pitch fastball, middle of the plate up and drove it out of here. Got the Crusaders back in the ball game right there, too.
Yes, he did for a moment. We had a ball game, just a shot to right center.
Good celebration.
You love it. Now the emotions of this time of year. Final weekend in May. Pitch out, runner goes, throw to second, and not in time. Stolen base.
Well, you would think that would be indifferent. He was just trying to get there because they weren't holding him. But when you throw, you got to get the man a stolen base if they throw and try to get you.
And for Braden Connors, his 5th of the season. He's in scoring position, 2 outs, and the 2-1. Pops straight up and behind us, behind home plate. Crusaders down to their final out again for Ryan Grundy. Gauchos trying to get to Sunday as quick as possible, and they will. The strikeout, 15-1 the final score. Survive and advance. And Santa Barbara, led by Jackson Flora, they'll do exactly that.
Yeah, he gave him an outstanding outing. It was a very good ball game until the 7th inning where the Gauchos got things going offensively, found a way to separate themselves. As you see right there, their most runs scored in an NCAA tournament game. But they move on to tomorrow. A good night's sleep, because if their idea is that they want to continue to play, they got to win 2 tomorrow to have any chance to win this regional.
Let's take a look. The Capital One rewarding performance. No surprise, Jackson Flora.
He was just outstanding. He used his fastball, nice big loose arm. Also the ability to throw that breaking ball right there and his changeup. He was outstanding from the jump street. Made one mistake, gave up a solo homer. Other than that, he was just brilliant.
15-1, the 15 runs, the most scored by Santa Barbara in an NCAA tournament game. 133 strikeouts this season for Jackson Flora. The new school record that was established earlier today after he recorded 9 strikeouts in this game.
He's very good, and now he's Gaucho team, and they got their offense going too. That's the other part of this. Flora gave them a great performance, and they got enough runs, by the way, in that 1 inning in the 3rd to win the game. But later in the game, you saw this team start to get their slugging going, starting to use the things that they do offensively. They got to feel good about going into tomorrow afternoon's elimination game.
Don't forget, coming up in less than 2 hours, Texas and Tarleton State, the emotions, the senior center fielder, conference player of the year 2 times over, C.J. Egri. Bubbling up and bubbling over, as you can understand. Nightcap, Horns, and Texans, and awaiting the loser of that game tomorrow morning. At 1 o'clock Eastern start, noon start local. UC Santa Barbara. From Austin, Texas, that'll do it for us. 1 elimination game in the books for Keith Moreland. I'm Roy Philpott, our entire hardworking ESPN crew. For now, we say good afternoon. Texas and Tarleton State coming up later on tonight.